Hi, this is Miss Fizone. This is Algebra 2, Factoring using GCF. This is Monday the 15th lesson. Okay, so we did this on Friday. We're just going to do a review. So let's start with a review of multiplying binomials. Okay. So number 1, x minus 2 times x plus 12. Number 2, x plus 8 times x minus 9. So multiply those out as a quick review. All right, so remember, it's double distributing. This x has to multiply x plus 12, and that 2 has to multiply x plus 12. Distribute, you get x squared plus 12x. Be careful, the mistake I still am seeing in class is the negative. Negative 2x minus 24. Put those middle two together. X squared plus 10x minus 24. Done. Number 2, x has to multiply x minus 9, and the 8 has to multiply x minus 9. Distribute, x times x is x squared, x times 9 is minus 9x. 8 times x is 8x, 8 times 9 minus 72. Be careful of the signs. For homework especially, I do grade for accuracy, so you can use a calculator on your homework. All right, negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. So negative x minus 72. You can put the 1 in there if you want. You don't have to. It's up to you, whatever you're more comfortable with. All right, so now let's factor. Remember, factoring means reverse distributive property. All right, it's the reverse of the distributive property. So 64 x to the 6th plus 96 x cubed. So this is factoring using GCF. So we need to figure out what's the GCF of 64 and 96. Now, if I had to guess, I would say it's 8. Let's see if it's 8. Let's see what happens. I think it's 8x to the 3rd. How did I get x to the 3rd? You take the smaller x, okay? When I divide, I get 8x cubed plus what's 96 divided by 8? 12. Now, when I look at this answer, am I right? You can tell I'm wrong because you can divide again. What goes into both 8 and 12? 4. So I actually had the wrong GCF. You can divide these by 4. So the GCF was not 8x to the 3rd. It's 8x to the 3rd times 4. What is that? That's 32x to the 3rd. So if you divide and you have something that you can divide by later, you know you did your GCF wrong. And that's a really good thing to check. All right, so let's do it again. 64x to the 6th plus 96x to the 3rd. My GCF is 32x to the 3rd. All right, divide. And I get 2x to the 3rd plus 3. Parentheses, put your GCF on the outside. Right? Remember, x cubed over x cubed cancels. That's the answer. Right? So if you're doing GCF and you divide and you get something that you can divide again, you made a mistake. You've got to do it again. All right? All right. Today's are a little harder from Friday because I want you to have to think a little more about finding your GCF. All right, number 4. 51x to the 5th minus 85x to the 9th. What is the GCF of 51 and 85? So this one's a little tricky. If you add these together, they add up to 6. So I know 3 goes into 51. So I'm going to do 51 divided by 3. I get 17. Now, does 3 go into 85? That's a no. So the GCF is actually going to be 17. So again, this one's a little tricky. I want you to have to think. I want you to have a method. What do you do if you can't figure out the GCF? 51 is 3 times 17. 85 is 5 times 17. The GCF is 17. Okay? So it's 17, and then what do we put for our x's? X to the, we have 5 and 9. You always take the smaller one, 5. Divide, you get 3 minus 5x. What's the exponent? 4. Remember, you subtract. Parentheses, put your GCF on the outside. And we're done. Okay. Number 5. Try number 5 on your own. 15x to the third, y to the sixth, plus 35x to the fifth, y. Little harder, but it's actually, I think this is actually easier than the previous one. So we need the GCF. We have 15 and 35. That's pretty straightforward. It's just 5. And then x, what's the smaller exponent for the x's? We have 3 and we have 5. It's 3. And then y, we have y to the 6th and y. It's just the plain y, so we're done. That's our GCF. So now reverse distributive property. So we divide 5x cubed y, 5x cubed y. Divide, sorry, my light went off. 15 divided by 5 is 3. These x's canceled out. Y to the fifth, remember there's a 1 there, subtract, plus 35 over 5 is 7. 5 minus 3 is 2. And these y's cancel out. Parentheses, put your GCF on the outside. And we're done. That's the answer. All right, number 6, last one. Eight x to the third minus 24x squared plus 32x. Right. GCF. Okay, now if you're not sure how to find the GCF, let's do a quick review yesterday. So I have 8, or Friday, 24, and 32. What goes into all 3 of those? I'm going to say 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. We get here 6 and 8. Does anything go into 2, 6, and 8? Yeah, 2. So now divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Does anything go into these? No, we're